Hey guys, today there's so few games on the board that I'm just going to talk about all three matchups in college basketball, and this is going to be for December 9th, 2016. If you want more pick content beyond just college basketball and what I'm talking about in these videos, you can head over to stumpthespread.com by clicking this logo here in the top right hand corner if you're on desktop, and I'll also link Stump the Spread in the description. You can get our daily free play over there. We're coming off back-to-back free pick winners with Colorado and St. John's coming through for us against the spread the last couple of days. We'll have another free pick up there over at Stump the Spread. You can also upgrade to a premium membership and get our top confidence plays in college basketball, as well as the NBA, NFL, college football, and the NHL. And we just uploaded a number of premium college football bowl picks, and we're just really excited to get bowl season underway here in the coming weeks. Really looking forward to that. And if you can, click that thumbs up or subscribe button. It's really appreciated. It really helps us out. And if you hit that subscribe button, you can get notifications of when I release these videos before the spreads shift around a little bit more throughout the day. Alright guys, starting with the 9 o'clock game, we have Georgia Southern against Minnesota. Georgia Southern is probably going to be more of a mid-tier team in the Sun Belt this year, but maybe higher. They have shown that they can compete on the road. For instance, in their season opener on the road, they were nearly able to upset NC State in what was a pretty solid result for Georgia Southern in that matchup. And you know, the Eagles, they stand at 500 right now at 4-4 overall, but they have been competitive in all their defeats, and they've gone on the road and challenged themselves and been able to have at least respectable defeats in some of those road losses. It'll be interesting to see if that carries over here today in their matchup against Minnesota. So we're not all that high on Minnesota, and we feel like their 8-1 overall record's more of a situation where they're capitalizing on a very home-heavy schedule. They have one road game, and that was their loss against Florida State. But with that said, Minnesota has looked better out of the gate than most people were expecting coming into the year. This is a Golden Gopher squad that only picked up 2 wins in the Big Ten last year. They went 2-16 overall, I believe, in Big Ten play a year ago, and you know, they don't return all that much talent, and you know, once Minnesota heads into Big Ten play this year, they're probably going to be in a similar situation where finding consistent wins is just going to be really difficult. In Minnesota's last home game, we picked NJIT as a premium bet. We just, you know, we've seen this Minnesota squad not, you know, they are racking up a lot of wins at home, but they haven't really been winning in convincing fashion. Hardly at all, and that was the case again in their last outing against NJIT. That one was really close throughout before the Gophers were able to shore things up right at the end, picking that win up by 6 points in a game that the Gophers were between, you know, like 16 or so, 16, 17-ish point favorites in that particular matchup. That spread shifted around a little bit. This one, you know, they started at 15-point favorites, but it has gone down to 12.5, and a lot of that has to do with the fact that Minnesota just hasn't been winning as convincingly as, you know, their 8-1 overall record might suggest that they would be winning. So we do expect this one to be a more competitive matchup, and even though Minnesota's probably going to get the straight up win, we do like Georgia Southern getting the 12.5 to 13 points as the better value bet. Moving on to Wake Forest against UNC Greensboro. Both these teams are standing 7-2 overall right now, but Wake Forest has gone against a more challenging slate thus far than UNC Greensboro, but that's to be expected with an ACC opponent scheduling a little bit tougher than what you might get from a Southern Conference squad. Wake Forest, you know, you got to respect them for going on the road here and challenging themselves in state against a mid-major opponent. You know, not every big conference college necessarily does that, and you got to tip your hat to Danny Manning's squad for scheduling tricky matchups like this. So this UNC Greensboro squad, they didn't perform very well in the non-conference last year, but as things went on, as the year wound down, UNC Greensboro actually played some of their best ball over the last month or so of the regular season, and this group returns quite a bit of veteran experience from that squad, and we do expect this group to continue to build off of what they showed down the stretch last year. You know, in their other matchup against an ACC opponent this year, UNC Greensboro got demolished at home by Virginia, but this is a little bit more of a manageable matchup for them, and Wake Forest brings in the edge on the offensive side of the ball in this one, but UNC Greensboro definitely brings in the edge on the defensive end, and if the Spartans are able to kind of slow the pace of play a little bit. They should be able to keep this one competitive, and getting the 7 to 7.5 points, we do feel like the Spartans getting the points are the better value bet in this particular matchup. And then we just have one other game for December 9th action in 2016. That's going to be Longwood against Creighton. Longwood opened the year with a really awful home blowout defeat coming against Maine. They have been better since then, including their last outing. They put up 90 points in their win against James Madison. That was a pretty competitive win for them at home, but getting 90 points is likely not going to be the case for Longwood today, going on the road into one of the toughest road environments in college basketball. Creighton came through for us in a big way in their last outing. We took them as a premium play at Nebraska, and that was a really tough environment that Creighton went into. And even though they were a bit streaky in that one, they were able to kind of separate in the second half and kind of coast to the win at the end as they went on to win rather convincingly. This is a really strong Creighton squad. They didn't make the NCAA tournament last year, but this group returns pretty much all the production from last year's squad that won 20 games, and also they bring in Kansas State transfer Marcus Foster, who's made an instant impact, leading the team, averaging 18 points per game. This is just a Creighton squad that has offensive weapons all over the court, and when they get rolling, they're just extremely difficult to stop on the offensive side of the ball. And with their home court advantage, we do like Creighton to kind of separate here from this Longwood squad that we don't have all that much confidence in, so we're siding with the Blue Jays here, even giving the tremendous amount of points as the better bet. And this one has shifted from 35 down to 33.5, and I expect, that's not necessarily because people are against Creighton necessarily. It's probably more the fact that Longwood was able to score 90 in their last outing, but that was against a weak opponent, and it was a competitive matchup, and going against a defense that can probably do a little bit more against Longwood today, the Lancers are probably going to have a tougher time getting consistent baskets. So we do feel like Creighton, even giving the huge amount of points here, is going to be the better value bet. And that's all the matchups we have for today. This is probably, if I had to say, one of the days in college basketball that has the least amount of games that you can bet on throughout the regular season. I'd be surprised if there was any other games that had 3 games or less that you could bet on. Just kind of a quieter time this time of year in college basketball, given the fact that a lot of colleges are in finals right now. So a lot of teams don't necessarily schedule a lot of games during this particular time of the year. But not the most interesting matchups on the board either, but at least there's something here. That's pretty much it for this video. Again, if you want more content beyond just what I talked about in this video, you can head on over to stumpthespread.com and get our daily free pick over there, and as well as all of our top confidence premium bets across all major American sports. And again, if you can hit that thumbs up or subscribe button, it's greatly appreciated, and just a big thank you to everyone that's been doing that. We've been adding quite a number of subscribers as of late, which is really exciting for us because, as we shifted from college football over to the college basketball season, we haven't been getting quite as many people to hit that subscribe button for whatever reason. Not as many people, at least at this time of year, maybe paying attention to college basketball as opposed to college football, when we were gaining a lot more consistent subscribers on a weekly basis with those videos that we were releasing. But anyways, thanks for everyone that's been clicking that subscribe button, and we will see you in the next college basketball video. So thanks guys for watching, and we'll see you then. Bye.